Saya sentiasa berpegang kepada prinsip bahawa belia adalah satu force, satu tenaga yang kuat untuk membina negara ataupun sebaliknya yang boleh meruntuhkan negara. Oleh sebab sebahagian besar daripada penduduk-penduduk negara kita ini terdiri daripada generasi muda dan mengingat bahawa corak negara kita ini ialah multiracial, multicultural dan multireligious, maka sebarang langkah yang dijalankan oleh kerajaan adalah berdasarkan kepada perimbangan dalam bentuk dan konsepnya sesuai dengan toleransi dan aspirasi nasional. Hakikat ini mestilah difahami benar-benar oleh semua golongan tua dan muda. Itulah antara kata-kata terakhir Tun Dr. Ismail Al-Haj selaku pemangku Perdana Menteri dalam ucapan beliau ketika merasmikan perayaan Jubli Perak Gabungan Pelajar Melayu Semenanjung GPMS pada pukul 4.22 petang, Khamis 2 Ogos 1973 di Kelab Sultan Sulaiman, Kuala Lumpur.
Now, can we dream? Yes, we can dream for a better Malaysia. What is a better Malaysia? Everyone has a different interpretation. I think for me, it's a matter of trying to find like-minded young people to come together and to work together to rebuild. Because so much work needs to be done. And to move forward is to understand our history, to understand who we are. When I talk to people, I just feel that's been lost, especially with my generation, right? To understand where we really come from. And, not just when Malaysia was formed, when we gained independence, no. Going back to Nusantara, going back to understanding our ancestors, our heritage, and bringing all that along. And to then, once you recognize our history, our past, how can we then become better? I think for me, that's what I would say. There's no dream per se, if you're gonna ask me, what is your dream to make a better Malaysia? Is there an ideal Malaysia? I can't answer that because I think it takes a lot of, it takes voices and the young people to come together and say, what would be the ideal Malaysia? But as I said earlier, everyone would have their different sort of interpretation to it. So
yeah, well said and well spoken, because what you're talking about are really critical to any nation, because right now there's so much that's going on, and I'm going to talk about that later. But someone like you in the marketplace and where you have come from, this crisis of identity when we're talking about, and your grandfather was very right, because he, as a doctor, he saw those fractured lines. He was summoned at a time when the nation was in crisis. He saw what I call a compound comminuted fracture, where the pieces come out and you can see blood and all that kind of tragedy. But, hope, Kamariah, is a currency of the future in the present. Blind hope is willful ignorance of our past. Yeah. And I think this is why I played that clip. And when I read your article, you're reminding so much of this generation, don't forget the past. Because when you remember the past, what you're speaking through a voice of relevance, of being grateful, being thankful, the empathy of loving one another, which Malaysia is noted for. You go to any other country, they'll just walk past you. I mean, you go to England, they'll just walk past you. They have no time to look at you. Whereas here, the moment you make eye contact, there's a smile. And this is something that keeps us also safe for the last, 50 over years since all that time and tragedy. Now, my question is, what is it to be a Malaysian?
Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Charles Lee. Before this episode starts, I have a small favor to ask from you. Many visit and watch the videos and they find it very informative. They get excited. Some of them write to me on my email, but they don't subscribe. So would you do me a small favor? Would you just press that subscribe button? It'll be so good for all of us. Certainly, it helps the channel grow. It adds a little bit of vitality to the channel. At the same time, the numbers get bigger, and my heart gets bigger too. So just to know that you're with me, you enjoy the company, and I enjoy your company, you won't believe it. So please subscribe, press that button. I want to hear those bells jingle, and most of all, stay tuned. And I love your company. We'll talk again.